Hello and welcome back to another how-to video. So today I thought, what else can I do? Which other countries am I good at? And I thought to myself that maybe I should do the Nordic countries because obviously I'm Nordic myself and I find this region a little bit easier than I think most other people do. Uh, so to start us off here, we have quite a troublesome round, but sometimes you can get away with a guess like in between with a good hedge. Um, I would not say that this is Norway because if it was Norway, it should be down here because it's not that mountainous. I think we're quite high up, maybe, but it's not that hilly. And if it would be up here, then it would be way too hilly. And I think this would be too far south for these on the side of the road, like the ground and stuff. So I think Sweden or Finland, and I'm leaning a bit towards Sweden. But let's check this sign out. And we actually have a Finnish sign here. I don't know where Kuusamo or Puusejoki is, but I reckon it is quite northern. Could also be quite eastern in Finland. Yeah, it was very northern. And I could possibly have done it better. So Iceland is here, is a very easy country if you're on somewhat of a bigger road because they have these yellows that are completely yellow, and they are the only country in the world to feature those. And otherwise, I don't really know which region guess this. Iceland is quite a small country, but that was a good guess as well. But it doesn't really matter. Playing NMPZ here, I would say that we are in southern Norway. Uh, these striped lines on the side means that we are not in Finland. And I don't know, something about the rocky side to the road made me feel like southern Norway. And these are, I don't know what these are, but I think they have to be Norwegian from my knowledge that they are not Swedish, and that earlier thought of it not being um, Finnish. And here we actually have a one of the biggest clues that exists, I think, for Norway or the Nordics. So these yellow chevrons on black background is Norwegian, and it was southern, but out towards the coast. So not too bad. Here we see the ocean goes out to northwest, and this also could look very Icelandic if you are playing like this maybe in an NPZ round, or maybe facing backwards like this. Maybe it could feel like Iceland, but these handlebars or roof racks on the car makes it fairly obvious to me that we are in Iceland and no, sorry, Faroes. And I think that was also the right road, but it wasn't. So let's continue here. And we have actually, this is a bit interesting. They are striped and also completely filled out, but I think this is just filled out stuff on the side of the road. And here we see as well again two footage, but I think this is Sweden. Um, and very interesting round here with quite poor footage. The 3-2-1 is going to be Sweden. So what am I talking about? Yeah, that was Swedish, and it was quite a northern vibe. You got to like from Stockholm and up to or like this region, Dalarna and stuff. Um, it's quite the same with lots of forest all the way up. So you just gotta feel the vibe really. Um, and it's just an experience game from there on up. And again here, and this is also going to be a bit easier to region guess because we have the sea straight to our south. Here, I think we could be just outside Vik maybe. Here we're actually going to have Norwegian. I think, yeah, we have the chevron here. Um, and the sea goes out north. So this is going to be, I mean, if you look at the landscape here, you have like some bigger grass here, some small bushes, and some trees, but very, very few. So that is just this climate here up in the mountains up in Sweden, and also coastal in Norway up here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's very, very far north. Yeah, I knew the ocean was to the north as well. Um, but yes, that nothing really wants to grow in Norway or in that kind of climate, the northern climate. It's really, really something helpful. Um, so here we also have some interesting this ö or whatever in Danish and Norwegian. You have this letter, and I don't think any other languages in the world has those. And when it's super duper flat like it is here, you know that you're going to be in Denmark. And I also think this is capital. Yeah, it is. Um, so that is a really nice one. So this is a fully painted line on the outside, and quite big trees here as well. But the mostly the line here on the outsides give you Finland, and a good hedge in the middle give you good points in a jewel or something like that. So here we have the same looking road, the pretty much same looking the landscape, but it's striped lines, which means that we are going to be in Sweden. And as well here, yes, the experience game when it comes to where in the country, northern wise or north to south ratio vibes, whatever you want to call it. And I think again we're going to be in Denmark here because it is more. Denmark is way more densely populated than the other countries in the Nordics. So if you end up in a city like this, it is probably going to be Denmark, and it's also super flat. But I could see this being like Malmö and stuff. But actually, no, with this. So Sweden have a lot of like red on yellow signs, and here we got a red and white sign. So I do believe that we are in Denmark, and we are just up in Aarhus, the second biggest city. And again, here we got the roof rack, and some to the east, no, sea to the east here. Maybe we could be here somewhere. Not too bad. And here we see a very, very classic um, Norway with these very steep mountains and the fjords. Let's see if we can see something on this sign. Not really. We got the E134, which is a big road. If it starts with an E, it's going to be a very big road in I think most of the Nordics. And here we also have a Norwegian clue with the green plate. And you could also see that it is not going to be Finland because Finland would have five stripes on the crossing. And we got E18 to Oslo. And the E18 comes from Sweden up here. So I think maybe we're down here. No, we were on the other side. But not too bad. Again, in Faroes, nothing funny. And again, super duper flat here. And I know Danish, so I know that this is Danish and not Swedish. But this could be, for me, also like Skåne, this region in this dotted line here. And Denmark, so Denmark would be the better guess, and I am actually 5 kilometers away. Um, but that is not the important part today. So again, here we have the very nothing wants to grow here, and a yellow line down the middle. We actually have a Google car here in front of us. I've never seen that before. Um, but we're going to be in Norway, I think, going northeast on one of these roads, and a striped line here as well. And these kind of flags also helps. So the blue and white for Sweden, the red and white for Denmark, and red, blue, and white for Norway. And this red color and these wooden houses, it's very Swedish. And I think this is northern as well, but could it also be like Småland? Or yeah, it was Småland. So yeah, a bit tricky that as well to get the height correct. And here we see again, if you um, think about the countries possible here, you got the mountains, which mean that you are in Sweden or Norway, but we have the water close to the mountains, so definitely going to be Norway. And the red on white on the sign here as well means that you are in Norway. And I think here we got a bit more like up here we actually have, it looks like a forest, even if it's very sparse. Maybe it's actually quite big trees over here as well. So I think we're going to be a bit more south, but we are not actually. So a bit interesting, I would say. And again, we got the yellow bollards, and actually the Icelandic have the black and yellow as well. Like I said earlier, Norway is the only country to have them. A bit incorrect, but Iceland is hard to confuse with anything else than the Faroes. Um, and shouldn't be confused with Faroes either. So again, in Denmark, and they also have the yellow plates on like taxis and buses and stuff, I think. Um, and over in Odense there, this also looks, and again, we have the Google car following us here. Are we going to be on that same road then? Road? Like here? No, we are not. But Northern Norway, they have a car following you, following itself. Not following itself, but another Google car. And again, we have Yen free footage here, I would say, with yellow lines in the middle. Going to be towards Finland here. And this is an interesting round because I think, yeah, so a very special round here with the Gotland here, basically. I don't know what to say really. It looks a bit different from other parts, and I mean, I don't really know, but it just have a bit of a different feeling. Um, and I think this is going to be the E10 going in the northernmost of Sweden. Um, so this is, you could confuse Norway, like I said earlier, like you have the water next to mountains, like you have here, and that it was Norway. But it could also be just like it is here, that we are in, I don't really know where, but it's somewhere along this road here. Yeah, it was just there. Um, and it could be pair as well with the big lakes and stuff in Sweden. And here we see a um, was it a yellow sign actually? That is quite interesting. What is this? Oh, this is Iceland. I said that it was easy to confuse it, but I mean, maybe it's in the cities it's a bit more difficult. Um, but yeah, and this I've been here. I have driven around in this little park here. Um, I have found Legoland. Let's see, Vejle, Billund, Legoland. Where is the where is the cars? Um, Ninjago. I don't know. I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, that's a special one. Probably won't show up too often, hopefully. And the bollards, the white lines, you got the yellows in the middle, which could. Oh, I was gonna say that it was Finland, but this is actually Norway. So Finnish have lots of these. I wish there was a better round for this. Let's see if we get one. Um, they have way different scripture, and this could be one of those big lakes, but it also feels a bit more southern again with more trees and stuff on the sides. And Sweden don't have that many big lakes in this kind of region over here. So I think we're going to be out towards Norway, and we are, but it was a bit further north, not too bad though. And yeah, here we see, actually maybe there's better over here. No, it isn't. So we are into Finland here. So let's check for some language. We have a big sign here. So lots of these S is in Finnish, and also the O with the dots on top, very Finnish. And these red signs or road markers, Finland is the only country to have those. And here we also see, so there's lots of, you have free S in this one, but there's also some S, and this is actually Swedish in this second one, which means that we are either on the west coast, like here somewhere, or I think we are in Helsinki this time, and we are. Um, so that's the option you have there. This is Iceland again, and again very flat, and some brick houses, red bricks as well. Going to be Denmark. And it was actually in the capital there, and here we see again a yellow on red, and this feels a bit more southern, I would say, in Sweden. And also you had the, for a second back here, where is it? Over here, the blue and white, no, blue and yellow chevron. And here I actually know this city. It is going to be over here. Um, very nice. Yen 2 again, and these houses, I don't really know what about them. Maybe it's just because they are so big or something, but they feel a bit more Norwegian. I saw a Norwegian Vimpel, as we call them. I don't know what the real name is. I think it's quite southern, and it was very southern. It's too bad though, going to be more northern again here. And I don't really know where this could be. Yeah, it was very northern and into, I was gonna say into Sweden, but I think the 5 lines is Finland. No, am I incorrect? No, I'm not. So definitely going to be in Finland. And this is again a difficult round up in the north of Sweden. Um, and here as well, we have like Icelandic houses. I don't know even what these are made out of, but neither bricks or wood. It's pretty Icelandic. Looks like Iceland. And here we see a typical Danish sign, like leaving a city. And you have lots and lots of those, I feel like, in Denmark. And again, red and white is going to be towards Denmark. I think Holbæk is somewhere around there it is. And it was actually just further south, but it doesn't matter. And back in the Faroes looks very unique. Could be confused though, but pretty easy. And this is like a troublesome round, um, because this could be like southern Finland, and I think it's going to be with the older looking footage. Um, but it could also be like Sweden in this area. But yeah, it is Finland over there. So that is basically what I had for today. Hope it helped, and I will see you next time. Bye.